Good evening, good morning, good night, you lovelies. It is the one, the only Cappy D Borrow. We are here for a couple of pieces of the news. I am a little behind on some of these topics. Apologies, but life does get in the way. We'll be sliding right into this discussion. No filler, no interruption. NXT Homecoming took place on September 16th, 2025. I didn't catch it. We all know catching a WWE promotion nowadays is like finding a fucking needle in a haystack. What I can say though is that Mello and Finn shined, man. Mello and Finn really shined from this night. Hopefully they recognize this in some way or some fashion. They give these guys something to work with in the future because they're both over, they're both capable, and they're both more than deserving. Triple H also didn't really take too kindly to Charlotte Flair's comment on women having full control in running NXT, from the bottom up. It's just weird how he insists that the men in whatever promotion he has his hands on are the focal point of everything. It's just not the case. It's not the case. And Charlotte Flair, she says it and the crowd erupts. I mean, Shawn Michaels has a massive smile on his face. Shawn Michaels also somebody who we'll be talking about. Shawn Michaels, for those of you who don't know, was a serial sexual assaulter in the past. That was like a thing, right? Like H-bombs. You can Google it. It was like a whole thing. I guess what I'm trying to get to is he says that he has repented, and some of the reasons as to why he lives his life the way he does is because he's saved, right? And he's taking repercussions for some of his actions. I guess what I'm really just trying to get to is NXT has formed into something that is very woman-centric. We can't talk about the culture of women's wrestling we can't talk about the culture of women's wrestling or women presented through the lens of wrestling another day. But for NXT, for its origins, for everything that we've been getting so far, with the women on that card, big ups, you know what I mean? Like, Shawn's doing his thing. Triple H might not be the happiest about that. There's like a tease for WrestleMania 42 between Triple H and Shawn Michaels. William Regal comes down and he says War Games, so I don't know if it was a tease for that. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that, but that was NXT. There wasn't any real mention of Keith Lee, Mercedes Moné, Adam Cole, The Undisputed, nothing about that. But we got Tyler Breeze, we got Sami Zayn again. So that was nice, I guess. Realistically, Sami Zayn's supposed to be going up against Javon Evans if they know what the fuck they're doing. And that was NXT Homecoming. Kind of lukewarm, but this was the go home show for WrestlePalooza. So we will see what else NXT can provide next week when all eyes aren't on them. All right, no Tupac. All right. What we'll be moving towards now, though, is AEW September to Remember. This is a bit of an homage to ECW's December to Remember. Really, really fucking dope pay-per-view. If any of you remember from back in the day, this pay-per-view this was a really good go home show. There are a couple of things I will be getting to. Right out the gate. Just to kind of hammer out all the kinks, I'm a bad news first, good news later kind of guy. Some of the production on these matches could have 100% been executed a lot better. There are just a couple of moments where just lining and foot placement, it's not as tight as it would be on a normal episode of Dynamite. That's something I always credit this show for. Even some like the camera work, there's some like really funny moments in camera work. Like Don Callis has a really funny moment later in the night. But just moments of this show, I felt like it just could have been produced a little better. All in all, I had a really good show. I had a really good time with this show, though. I feel like all the matches, they did what they're supposed to do. All these matches lead towards something, right? There isn't a single match on this card that leads towards nothing, and I think that's always a positive in the grand scheme of things. Starting off, we have Hangman Adam Page, our champion, our GOAT, the fucking horse.
What animal is that? Huh? It's a fucking horse!
He's out there with Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher's in like a three-piece suit. He looks amazing, by the way. The whole presentation for the Don Callis family that has been kind of shifted onto Kyle Fletcher. Phenomenal fucking job, right? Interesting turn of events, though. We learned that in the contract, it states that Don Callis family must be banned from ringside or there will be a strip of the TNT Championship in Kyle Fletcher, right? So this means that we are just going to get a clean one-on-one rap session. Who can't be happy about that? Kyle Fletcher's a fucking beast. So is Hangman. I wonder if this is going to be main eventing. That is something I was kind of curious about, but we can only keep our fingers crossed for that. It ends in a really good segment where Kyle kind of like really like menacingly kind of predicts and foreshadows the end of this show. And Kyle Fletcher, man, he is the fucking future, bro. He knows what he's doing on that mic, and he is amazing when it comes to fucking ring promos. I'm really excited for All Out. I mean, the pre-shows have been going, and a couple of them have been amazing so far. So looking forward to that. All these segments and matches lead towards something, and I can't stress that enough, how positive that is for the sake of All Out, something I will be participating in and purchasing with my own money. I'll be watching it live. I could do a live stream. I may try to figure that out with you guys. Who knows what I can do, right? Who knows what I'm capable of? Do you know what I'm capable of? With these hands.
You know what I can do with these fucking hands, Christ!
It's a really, really good match all around, though. And next we get Roderick Strong versus Mox. This match, next we get Roderick Strong versus Moxley. This match fucked. This match was fucking crazy. Roderick Strong, realistically, if he had more members of the... Okay, I'm just fantasy booking here for a second. Excuse me, right? But if Roderick Strong had joined up with the conglomerate, right, in Willow Nightingale, Tomohiro Ishii, if he joined up with the rest of the conglomerate, if Orange Cassidy came back, bro, who is to say that Roderick Strong doesn't dethrone fucking Jon Moxley for the AEW championship like 4 months ago, bro? This match was fucking amazing, bro. Roderick Strong, he had a killer showing last week, amazing showing this week. He had a really nice moment with his wife. I think that was cool. Again, Maria Shafir, if any of you don't know, they are engaged, are married, one of the two. It's dope. They have a really cute moment outside. Roderick Strong does end up eating a loss due to like some like DK. Gosh, due to like some DQ kind of bullshit from Yuta Wheeler, due to like some kind of like run-in bullshit from Yuta Wheeler. Wasn't the biggest fan of that, but I mean, really, really good match. Roderick Strong got to show his shit. I mean, all the members of the Death Riders, I mean, they're still doing their thing. I'm pleased with the Death Riders, all right? Being that the Death Riders are going to be a focal part in this next match that we're going to be getting between Darby Allin and Mox on fucking All Out. Probably going to be getting Darby Allin taking out all the Death Riders. That's going to be very entertaining. What we are going to be moving towards next is like very, very entertaining. This match was a really, really good technical match, though. I didn't love the finish, but really, really fun match all around. MJF in the office with Tony Khan. Tony Khan is kind of just like, oh, hey, Max, what's going on, right? MJF is pissed, though, because he doesn't want to sign up for a tables and tax death match, right? Because he's not some kind of fucking indie wrestling douchebag like Mark Briscoe, right? I think it was really interesting though, because Tony Khan responded like, yeah, you think you deserve anything from me? The way you almost set Mark Briscoe on fire and disrespected Jay Briscoe, you're a piece of shit. I'm not gonna do anything. You will not control me. Like, Tony really bossed up, and then MJF said, oh, you want to put on your big boy pants? All right, fine. Just know when another Briscoe is in the ground, it's gonna be on your hands. And I think that was great. MJF is fucking amazing. I don't know if they like ADR these fucking lines because it's just a fucking like outshot of Tony Khan's office. Really, really good fucking segment all around. Right after this is interesting. Right after a Tony Khan segment with MJF, we get Toa Liona and we get Toa Liona versus Bobby Lashley. This match was fly, bro. This match was super fly. Bobby takes so many fucking bumps, man. He takes so many fucking bumps, and it gets to a point, I think, like, I genuinely thought he was going to lose the match, right? Mind you, this is the Ricochet's team, so Ricochet goes out there with, I think, the other Samoan brother, and Ricochet, he ends up taking, like, a really funny shot from MVP, bro. They're boys, so I guess it's cool, but Lashley, he ends up going over in a really creative way. He chokes out Toa Liona by putting him in the Hurt Lock, and then while he's in the Hurt Lock, he puts him like on the ground. It was really fucking dope. Really fly all around. I can't compliment that enough. Really fly all around. Bobby is also insane in that fucking ring when he's doing anything solo. I mean, I don't got anything personal against Shelton Benjamin, but if we can get something similar with this Street Profits thing where they just kind of like naturally kind of just drift apart and do their own separate thing, that'd be great. You know, we don't always need to see a fight. when the we don't always need to see a fight when the team breaks up. I just feel like it wastes the potential that we can really get from these teams. We get a really cool segment between FTR and I'm not calling them CNC. I'm not calling that Cope and Christian. FTR, they put over like all the GOATs. They say that, you know, like we had like great matches with, you know, teams like DIY, the Young Bucks, American Alpha, Big Bill and Enzo, the Briscoes, right? And all Christian and Cage have done is wrestle the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys for like 10 years straight. That was fucking crazy. Kind of disrespectful. Also, kind of true. Kind of true. I mean, what do we? Hey, you guys want to talk about it? We can talk about it. We can talk about it, right? This match does end in a brawl segment, though. You know, there's a whole stipulation. Well, for this segment, there's a kind of stipulation like, hey, you guys can't touch each other, or else it's gonna be $100 fine. Christian Cage says, "Fuck $100 fine, because I'm rich," and then he fucking just spikes a fucking mic at Dax's nose. Dax's nose is all busted after. Really cool, man. FTR are good heels, man. Good heels. Tony Khan knows what he's fucking doing when he makes a tag heel team. Really pleased with that. Right after this, we get the Young Bucks buying off Renee for good publicity, which is just fucking insane, right? Mind you, they won $25K each for that $500K match that they had a while ago, maybe like last week. So they're just throwing money around. Their pyros like 3 fucking minutes long. It's okay, man. It's nice. I am gonna miss the broke Young Bucks gimmick, but what they have going on now, it's dope, man. It's dope. They got their swagger back, if you would. They got going up against the Bang Bang Gang. Bang Bang Gang is also still down Austin Gunn's brother and Jay White. Super sad shit, man. Like everybody misses fucking Bullet Club Gold. Everybody misses Jay White, the Switchblade. Like, oh man, I'm really looking forward. We get something with this shit soon. We just wrap it up, right? Because we all miss Jay White, you know, in fucking in Bullet Club. You know, any more Bullet Club fucking segments we can get, I'm pleased with that wholeheartedly. Juice Robinson is amazing in that fucking ring. He's flawless. His connection, his chemistry with Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, both fucking bar far none. Again, this is one of those segments where you know, the producing could have been just a little bit better on the finish. The spike pile driver was just missed off like a couple of inches, but again, it wasn't the end of the world. A camera cut could have fixed all of that, though, around some of these matches, but the Bucks end up going over, as I mentioned, with the spike pile driver, and we get a really nice segment between Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn, where they just say, you know, we gotta get rid of these cardboard cutouts, you know, of our brothers that we do miss dearly, and we just start locking the fuck in. And I like that, bro. I like the idea that these two are gonna start taking this shit a lot more seriously, because they're very fucking over, and they could honestly be on the fucking par with Outrunners, where the Outrunners, where they could just keep succeeding. They just keep succeeding. One small misstep and then they're right back in the top slot, because everyone fucking adores them, right? Really good match, though. We also have a really good match between Los Matadores, Mis Muertos. It's really okay. It's okay. I mean, again, honestly, as honest as we can be, the production wasn't amazing. It wasn't that clean, and that really does go into the grading of a match for me personally, but I didn't hate this match. Los Matadores, he ends up going over for this triple threat situation that we got with Okada and Takeshita and Okada. I'm super fucking excited for that, but again, we're going to be getting to that when we get to that, how AEW is just kind of, you know, building around things, and it's like, it's good, it's nice, but a part of it feels a little unsatisfactory. You know, of course, you can't just kick Konosuke out of the fucking Don Callis family just yet. He's not even a face, so it's like, what are you gonna do that for? But, you know, I assumed Beast Mortos would be going over. He didn't go over. That's fine. Not the end of the world. I just hope that Los Matadores, when he gets in that ring with Okada, with Takeshita, that it's not going to be a reason, you know, that he's not going to give Okada a reason to make it a slugfest. You know what I mean? Not one of the good slugfests, like a Charlotte versus Tiffy kind of slugfest, like the one that, you know, people got to look and like, is that a shoot? That'll work? What are we doing here, right? Really good match, though. It was good. It was good. It was luchador. It was lucha. Next segment of the night, we get Toni Storm, and she's just kind of selling the match. Practically, she's selling the match. I really do think that she will be dropping this title, this pay-per-view. I don't know to who, though. Really could be Jamie Hayter, could be Chris Statlander. Hell, it could be a fucking AEW women's fucking secret title cash-in contract that she got from Tony Khan. I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. Queen Aminata goes out there right after her with Thekla. And, you know, all the women in this show steal the fucking night. I mean, like, Toni Storm goes out there. She's gorgeous. Her and Jamie Hayter have a really cool kind of back and forth section. Then right after this, we get Queen Amida and Thekla. It's easily like a 25-minute classic, bro. And it's interesting because the second Thekla came into this industry, the second Thekla came into this company, her first couple of matches were Queen Amida. And everyone's like, yo, these matches fucking hit. They're stiff. They're fucking amazing. People are selling. Like, it's great. It's a great showing between both these women, right? And then they go out there and they put this shit on, y'all. It's great. It's like, it's probably one of the best women's matches I think I've seen maybe this year. Not saying a lot because I've seen some really fucking good matches this year. There was that really amazing Athena Mercedes match. There was also the Toni Storm and Athena match. There was a Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné match. Like, there has been some amazing fucking wrestling. This fit all of this literally scratched all my itches. The only problem is that somebody didn't blade, but Queen Amida just started like naturally bleeding out of the mouth, which is so badass, bro. So like, women need to be treated like fucking extreme, like gladiators. They're gladiators, bro. They go out there and they do everything they can to fucking put on an amazing fucking show. I mean, Queen Amida, she takes this gnarly fucking bump to the lower back, and it's just like, dude, these fucking ladies are nuts, man. These ladies are fucking nuts. Thekla, again, she obviously goes over because she does have a match this Saturday, right? You can't have her go under to Queen Amida, but Queen Amida deserves something, man. Hopefully these two continue the feud. We get a fucking best of 7. I don't care, man. It's dope. Queen Amida is fucking amazing. Thekla Rula, I'm gonna keep calling it that. I don't know if that's her name exactly, but she's also super fucking fly. Can't get enough of that. Next couple of segments, we get Kill Switch and Kip Sabian versus Jet Speed. I'm gonna make this real easy. Jet Speed goes over because Kip Sabian's a bit of a douchebag, bro. Like, halfway through this match, like Kip Sabian starts beating shit out of fucking like Lucha Leap, like out of fucking Killosaurus, bro. I don't know why he started fucking doing that, bro. Jet Speed takes advantage. Speedball Mike Bailey hits his finisher. Mwah, chef's kiss. I mean, that shit's as fucking clean as it could be. Kevin Knight also super fucking charismatic. Phenomenal in that fucking ring. He is the future of this company, right up there with AR Fox, Kyle Fletcher. Beautiful fucking maneuvers from him. We do end this segment though with, you know, Killosaurus. I don't know if that's his name, Luchasaurus, bro, whatever his name is, Kill Switch. We do end this segment with Kill Switch though kind of being deemed as a face, and that's a positive. That's dope. That's cool, man. I want to see him back with Jack Perry as soon as we can get that. I mean, anybody, honestly, we can put fucking Luchasaurus with. He's a fucking dope in-ring performer. Next after this we do get a Bryan Danielson segment we do get a Bryan Danielson segment with Darby Allin. You know, they're kind of having like a backstage interview, kind of going over the history of this, you know, beef, talking about all the way back to Wrestle Dream, you know, when the Combat Club turned on Darby Allin, back when the Combat Club turned on Danielson originally, and kind of just going back towards the entirety of this feud. And, you know, Darby still feels really guilty about all this. And there's a lot of emotions going into this feud. And there's a lot of emotions going into this back and forth that, you know, Darby Allin has had with the Death Riders for a while now. That Darby Allin has had with the Death Riders for a while now. And he asks Danielson to not interfere under any circumstances. Danielson agrees, but he says to keep this one promise. And we see Danielson whisper something to Darby Allin. Personally, I think that Danielson whispered to kill Moxley. That's what I think, but I don't know what he whispered. He probably could have said show mercy, right? He might have said don't become him or something like that, right? Something interesting, who knows. Next we get a bit of a squash match between Robin Renegade and Rio. I think Robin Renegade has really good gear. She has a good presentation. You're never going to see me kick anybody's back in on this show, you know, jobber, quote unquote, or not jobber. You know, we do kind of have a main event with quote unquote jobbers in Top Flight. You know, the match is only about 10 or so minutes. It's a good match. Everyone has an amazing showing, but you know, they kind of always lose. So like, why even have the main event for real when we know it's just going to be Hisiro and Josh Alexander going over? That's why I say it feels like it's a little top heavy, some of this card. But what I can say is that both of these matches execute really flawlessly when it comes to technical wrestling. Rio is phenomenal. Like Rio is a fucking dope in-ring performer, man. She's nothing more than deserving of that fucking TBS championship. Mercedes also, she looks fucking great. She looks great. Red is so her fucking color, bro. And she's on the comms. Her, Tony, fucking Don Callis on the comms. Great shit, bro. It's good TV. Simple as that. It's good fucking TV. Danielson also, he's such a fucking great addition to that fucking party. He really fleshes out that team of fucking he really flushes out that team of Excalibur and Tony Schiavone. What I will say though is one thing for sure is Rio is going to put up one hell of a fucking fight against Mercedes. So she better watch out for that shit, bro. Mercedes might go over, but she might not, honestly. She might be tired of carrying all these fucking belts. Kurt Angle said it himself, right? Josh Alexander and Hitsiro. This is where the really funny kind of close-in on Don Callis comes in, as I stated before. Good shit. It's entertaining. Versus Skyflight. And Skyflight kind of gets their ass kicked. They kind of get their ass kicked around the ring. I'm not gonna lie. But it's clean. It's really clean executions from everybody. Hitsiro, he ends up going over with his finisher. I would have liked for Josh Alexander to pick up a dub. That would have been nice. That would have been cool, right? But whatever. We end the segment with Christopher Daniels coming out, and he's kind of just like watching over the beaten bodies of Top Flight, and they kind of start getting the jump, getting like putting those work stomps on fucking Christopher Daniels. Hangman comes out, he does his thing for the most part. Bro Dino, they come out to assist, and this really ends in Kyle Fletcher. He ends up taking out Hangman. He takes out Hangman, he puts him through a table, and it was kind of shocking, honestly. But I mean, knowing that we are going to be building towards All Out very shortly, I kind of did expect nothing less. What I can say, though, is for sure, we are going to get an amazing showing from Kyle Fletcher. I mean, at future of this industry, and Hangman has been putting on nothing but bangers this entire fucking year. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'd give this show a good 8 out of 10. I mean, again, it was far from perfect, far from perfect, but there was a lot of saving graces. NXT Full Sail, Homecoming, whatever that was, the kind of nostalgia fest that they try to, recoup with that. It wasn't awful, but again, far from perfect. Wrestling is in a very interesting place right now. Right? We have WrestlePalooza and All Out coming on the exact same day. I guarantee I will do my best to get those videos out as quickly and as competently as I can. All right, but I mean, we're getting to the end game. This is the end game, folks. All right, it's being boy Cappy D Bar. All right, y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay beautiful. Peace, y'all.